Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to a half reading vlog and half reset vlog. Why? Well, I have been sick for the last week, and today is the most normal I have felt in a literal week. And when you've been sick for a week, you start to fall behind on some things, right? I'm talking laundry. I'm talking grocery shopping. I'm talking meal preps. I'm behind on everything, and that changes today, my friends. That changes today in this vlog. So part of this vlog is just going to be me vacuuming, putting away laundry, which is my worst nightmare. I think that if hell is a place, all he has his minions do is fold laundry. That is Satan's agenda, and I stand by that. I'm going to clean the disaster that is the kitchen. Trust me, that will be cleaned. And I'm just gonna get the house organized. I'm gonna fill out my planner. I'm going to write things down. I'm gonna make to-do lists. It's gonna be a reset of all resets. The second thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to start and potentially finish romantic comedy. Listen for a second. The reason why I'm doing that in this video is because this book is all I'm hearing about. It's all I'm hearing about, my friends. So I want to know what's up. I'm curious. Curiosity killed the cat. I was about to meow at you. Curiosity killed the cat, and call me Garfield. You know what I'm saying? Like, call me Garfield today, because I gotta know what this book is about. I know that it kind of has like the vibe of SNL, and it might mirror a certain Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost relationship, as well as maybe some whisperings of Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. I'm not sure, but I'm curious. So I will be reading this in this vlog. This will be the main book that I'm reading, but a couple of other books that I've started that I'm really enjoying. First off, we have Atalanta. Here's the deal. This is Jennifer Saint's new book, the same author that wrote Ariadne and Electra. 2 books I've read and 2 books I really enjoyed. Hold on, let me fix that. There we go, much better. Anyway, I've read both of her other books and really enjoy it. And here's what's up. My local Barnes & Noble shelved this early. My local Barnes & Noble were a little early on this one. 2 weeks early, to be exact. I picked this up a couple days ago and was like, what's going on? This should not be out yet. It doesn't come out until May 9th, and let's call it what it is. That's a jackpot. So far, it's very beautifully written, but each chapter feels a little bit like a short story. So every time I finish a chapter, I'm not like chomping at the bit to get to the next one. You know what I mean? So I probably won't read more of this in this video, but I just wanted to mention it because it is a book that I recently picked up. And again, beautifully written. It's just, each chapter feels like its own little adventure. So I think I'm going to take my time with this one, but thought I'd mention it. And then the third book that I have started, I'm like 7 chapters, I think, into the audiobook, is Chlorine. I mentioned this in my spring TBR video, but oh my God, I am eating this book up. It is so interesting. It is so fascinating. It's all about this high schooler who's a competitive swimmer, but really truly feels like she's a mermaid. And at least from the consciousness she's writing from, she, at this point in time, is a mermaid. And she's just reflecting on her days as a competitive swimmer. Does that make sense? So like in the narrator's head, she is already a mermaid. And she's just like, let me tell you how I got here. Let's start with competitive swimming. And it is so deliciously sharp. Does that make sense? Like, I competitively swam, so I know about some of the things she's talking about, like swimsuits, putting on swim caps, the taste of chlorine, what it does to your skin, what it does to your hair, diving into a pool, backstroke, butterfly, like all this kind of stuff. She talks about the language between swimmers and how we all know like different like sports terminology and swimming terminology. It's really fun to read so far. People have talked about this book compared to The Pisces or The Vegetarian, and I haven't read either of those books, but people say that it's just really weird like those books, and you either love the weirdness or you hate that weirdness, and so far, I'm really liking it. I am loving this description of like I am currently a mermaid who's like finally reached her true form, but I'm telling you all about when I was still a human, like trapped in this competitive swimming circle. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it, and the audiobook is really fantastic, and I actually think I might want to get the physical copy because there's been a couple passages where I want to talk about them or I want to mark them and annotate them, but I don't have the physical copy. So I might go looking for that today. But in any case, today is mainly focused on a reset. I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to clean. I'm going to do to-do lists. I'm going to do all the things. And I'm also going to start romantic comedy. So I think the first agenda item is grocery shopping. I want to clean the kitchen, but I think let's do the groceries and then let's kind of do like a grocery clean situation, like put away the groceries as we're putting away the dishes kind of thing. So that's the first agenda item. But that's today's video, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Hello, back again from the grocery store. First thing of the to-do list item, which I haven't written yet, but it's off because I've done the grocery shopping. I'm not going to give you a whole haul. We're not doing a whole grocery haul, but I'll show you a few essentials. First one, Goldfish Flavor Blasted in the little mini packs. It's just enough to give you a little kick, you know? Next, plain Greek yogurt. I usually go for the Chobani, but this'll do. This'll do the trick. Look at this. One serving size, 16 grams of protein. That's what we need. Next, my favorite oat milk, the Chobani Vanilla Oat Milk. This in your morning coffee, send me to heaven. Throw away the key, because that's where I reside when I drink that. Carrots. I just read this article that like if you want to eat carrots, you should not be eating baby carrots. You should just be buying regular carrots because there's more nutritional value in them. I read one source and believed them, and that's what I'll be doing this week, like a little rabbit. And then last one for this, Skippy peanut butter. I'm not really a brand name bitch. I don't need the Skippy, but the Safeway brand peanut butter kind of sucks. And Jif was more expensive, so we went Skippy. Anyway, that is the little... Oh, wait, sorry, one last thing. New favorite sparkling water drinks throughout the week. The Polar brand with a little polar bear on it, but in the orange vanilla flavor. I don't usually like creamsicle. Not a fan of the orange vanilla dream team. Don't love it. Don't love them together. I either want vanilla or I want orange. I do not want the vanilla to soften an orange bite, if you will. But the Polar, in this flavor, it's just enough. And it's just right. So I'm going to put away these groceries now. I'm going to do some meal prepping. I'm going to put away the dishes. I'm going to clean. And I'm also going to start romantic comedy. So that's what I'll be doing. Enjoy some time lapses. And I'll be back to tell you how the reading's going and the cleaning shortly. Love ya. Hello, it's me again. First thing I'll say is that if it sounds like Optimus Prime himself is fighting a fellow robot behind me, it's just my washing machine, sorry. It's just my washing machine, my washer. For some reason, it sounds like BattleBots are going at it in my kitchen, and so it's super loud, and if you hear that, that's what's going on. Anyway, let's do a little bit of a reading update. Hello, romantic comedy. Here's what I'll say. I didn't realize how much this book would feel similar to Amy Poehler's memoir, Yes Please, and Tina Fey's memoir, Bossy Pants. Those are two books that I've read, two memoirs that I really, really loved. And this book feels very, very similar to that, which makes sense because those memoirs are about actresses and writers that were on SNL for like 10 years. And this book is about a lead, like a main character who is a writer on an SNL type show. So totally makes sense why I am getting connections between these three books. But I love those memoirs. And so I'm really enjoying this book just from like I'm a female writer who's really funny and writes sketches that are hilarious and maybe uncomfortable for the audience, and I don't give a shit because I'm a really good writer. I will say this book feels more like I'm a fly on the wall of this woman's life and I'm just watching her live, right? Sometimes you feel like very emotional with your main character, like you're in their head or you're in their heart and you're experiencing pain or happiness or laughter or whatever it is, all like in the character. And for this, I don't really feel like the character. I'm just watching the character. And not that that's a bad thing. It's just that I'm not like overly emotional while reading this. I'm just more like having fun in the story. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense because it makes sense in my head. As for cleaning, I am resetting the shit out of this week. I am just going for it. Grocery shopping, done. Meal prepping, done. Dishes, done. Laundry, done. Oh, and then last thing I did is I unpacked a box because, I mean, you saw me in the kitchen earlier and you're seeing me in front of this new green wall, but we recently moved. We moved maybe like an hour away from where we used to live, but we just needed a change. We needed a change and we needed a bigger backyard for our dogs, specifically Max, because Max has so much energy in a great way. Like, we love that she has so much energy, but I've mentioned this before, but Max definitely had a really, really hard, abusive life before we rescued her. And so she is terrible on walks, and yet she definitely needs exercise. And so it's good to have, I mean, it's not like a huge backyard, but it's bigger than our last one. And she just runs around and explores. And I think it's really good for her. Like, not just like exercise wise, but like also mentally, she just seems like a happy dog. And so that's been really great. But anyway, we moved, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago. When did we move? I don't know. But I haven't unpacked anything in the last maybe 3 weeks. Haven't even looked at a box. And they're all over the place. They're all over the place. And I just haven't unpacked anything. But while I was doing this reset, I just went for it. And I unpacked a box. And I feel lighter. Mentally, I feel lighter. So I'm feeling good. So I'm probably going to unpack another box. I'm going to find a small one. Trust me, it's going to be a small one. But I'm going to find something to unpack, and it's going to be good. But overall, it's been a great little Monday reset. I'm excited to see where this goes, but I'm going to make some coffee and keep reading, and I'll update you soon. Hello, everyone. Back again with a little reading update. Also, a honey citrus mint tea update. And it is just the sweetest thing. Did someone just arrive? It was a bird. A bird flew by. A little scary. I don't know how big that bird was, but it looked like a human. Let's talk about romantic comedy. it looks like 2/3 of the way done now. I'm on page 212. And something very cool has happened, which is there's been a bit of a genre pivot. So the first part, it's broken into 3 parts. Part 1 is all like fly on the wall perspective, as I was saying, right? You're just like watching a week of this show happen, right? You're basically watching SNL unfold. Then we get to part 2, which I just finished, which then pivots to the epistolary format of emails, letter writing, if you will. So it's just the exchanging of emails between 2 people. Very fun, very informative. Was not expecting that. And now I'm in part 3, and we are now pivoting back to like real life, person-to-person connection instead of emails. But the other thing that I really like is that this book starts in 2018, and then in part 2, you're in the middle of the first couple months of quarantine, 2020. And these emails are the product of the pandemic. Like, these 2 people are in need of human connection, and so they start emailing each other, and it is so interesting to read because I don't know if any of you feel this way. I'm sure you do. But the pandemic started 3 years ago, and it feels both that it was 20 years ago and then also last month. Watching it unfold in this book and through emails was so fascinating to read, because it was like conversations we've all had a million times, like during the beginning of the pandemic, but like you don't really remember having them because that time has passed, right? So seeing it captured in email format in this book was really, really fun. And I really enjoyed reading that while also feeling like weirdly nostalgic and sad and stressed out, because she's living in New York for the first couple weeks of the pandemic and starts to get really worried about being alone in a city. So like that was just a really interesting pivot. I thought this was going to be like super light, rom-com, funny, but it feels a lot more serious than that in certain places. And then it feels extremely comedic in other places. So anyway, that is how the reading experience is going. I'm now going to take a bath because, as I was telling you, I was highly productive for the first half of the day. And I can't say I have been since then, but my back hurts. But I'm going to take a nice long hot bath and continue to read. I don't know how much longer I have on the audiobook, but it's been really fun. I feel like the audiobook narrator is doing a really good job with bringing these characters to life. So anyway, I'm going to get in the bath and keep reading. And then once I'm out, I will update you on the experience. And then also maybe once I'm out, I'll have a little bit more energy to do some more cleaning. Love ya. Okay, hi everyone. It is bedtime, but I wanted to give you a reading update before I take a shower and I go to bed on romantic comedy. I'm almost done. You see that? Oh, I wish I just pushed through and finished, but I had a bunch of phone calls tonight. I was just talking to a bunch of friends. It was really fun, but I'm on page 246. I think I have like 45 minutes left on the audiobook, and my hope is to finish it bright and early tomorrow morning. That way, I can finish a book in this reading vlog, and it'll be a success. But so far, today was very successful. I will check in with you all tomorrow once I have finished romantic comedy. Good night, my sweet doves. Good morning, everyone. I just finished romantic comedy. Not 2 minutes ago did I finish. So these feelings and these musings are fresh. They're fresh off the tap. What I have to say, I honestly haven't thought through. So let's figure it out together. First, let me just say I called it. I called it, my friends, because in the acknowledgments of this book, the author shouts out Tina Fey's Bossy Pants and Amy Poehler's Yes, Please. 2 books that I've read and loved that dealt with SNL. Overall, I think that this book was sweet. I think that the ending wraps up everything really well. Again, I really liked that kind of genre pivot that was going on. I don't think it's like, it wasn't as romantic as I was hoping for. Like, there is romance in it, but it felt more like a reflective mindset of the main character, right? Like you're just kind of in her mind and you're experiencing things with her and you're watching her as she experiences attraction and questioning herself and her worth and being like a really successful comic writer. And so like, it's really interesting being in her mind, but I didn't feel this like heart swoon that I was expecting. And maybe that's not the point of the book. Like maybe it's not supposed to be super romantic and it's just supposed to be like a cute, loving story, but it just didn't have that like, oh my God, I can't believe it type of feeling. You know what I mean? So I don't think that you have to be a huge fan of SNL to enjoy this book. I think that the first part will be really fun if you like SNL because you'll be able to like be like, oh my God, I'm on the set of SNL right now. This is fun. But I don't think that it's necessary. And then the second half of the book isn't in the SNL type of genre. So yeah, that's that. Now, before the end of this video, I wanted to do like a little favorites video and a little tattoo explanation, because on my spring TBR, you could all see a new tattoo that I've gotten, and I got a lot of questions about it. So let's start with the tattoo, and then we'll do some favorites, because that was another thing that came up on my Q&A video. A lot of you said, I really like your favorites videos. I like when you do favorites videos. And I have a couple favorites that I wanted to share. So let's do tattoo first. So I haven't gotten very many new tattoos. I think I have 2 new tattoos. But the main tattoo that everyone is seeing and commenting on is my new moon tattoo, which I am in love with. I love it so much. She is so beautiful. This was done at Tiger Clue in Portland, Oregon, and I will leave the shop and the artist name down in the description. But beautiful, love it. His work is amazing, and I can't wait to get more work by him, because he was fantastic, not only artist-wise, but he was also just super kind. And it doesn't matter how many tattoos I have, I still get incredibly self-conscious when I walk into any shop, and he was like so kind and just really great. So anyway, that's the new tattoo. And then the other new one I got, which I don't think anyone's really been seeing, but it's just this little bird. Do you see it? The little bird right there. That was done at Historic Tattoo in Portland. Super fun, super cute, super quick. Those are the 2 new tattoos. Now let's do a couple of favorites. Let's start with some hair stuff I've been loving. The first thing is, when you have red hair that's not natural, because I do get my hair dyed, you can't wash it that often. Like, you can't wash it every day, because the color will fade really, really fast. Even though I have a red hair conditioner, it still will fade very fast. And so I try to go as far between hair washes as possible. Like, I shower every day, but I just try to like keep my hair as healthy and as moisturized as possible for as long as I can. So if I need my hair to just smell better, I have been using this new honey-infused hair perfume, which smells amazing. And what's really cool is that it's not even though it smells really good, it's not an overpowering scent. And the point is that it doesn't want to compete with whatever perfume you're wearing. That's at least what the description said. So it's like a light and neutral scent, but it still smells good. And so by like day 3, I'll just give it like a spritz on top, and I feel fresh and new and fun and flirty. So I love this thing. It's brand new, and it's pretty expensive. This was like $45. So I would maybe go to Sephora and smell it in person before you buy it, just to make sure that you actually like the scent. But so far, it's been a good investment for me. There's another thing for hair that I forgot. Hold on. Okay, the second thing is that I hate day 1 and day 2 hair. And so I've been using the Kevin Murphy bedroom hairspray. It's not a hairspray. Like, it's not like it doesn't keep your style in your hair. It just gives your hair a little bit of texture without it feeling dirty. And this has been really awesome. I do it on day 1 and day 2, and it just gives it enough grit to make it a little bouncier, but it doesn't make it feel dirty, which I really love. So that's a new favorite. Now let's talk about some perfume. The first one is actually a perfume that I wear all the time. I would actually call it like my signature scent. And it is the Ellis Brooklyn Myth perfume. But my mom just surprised me with this little travel version, and it's so cute. And I'll never stop loving this perfume. So I wanted to just give it a shout out. Love it. And I love the product design on it. Then I went to Sephora with a couple of my girlfriends, and one of them was like, I really want to try this Valentino perfume. And then I smelt it, and we both bought the travel size because of how delicious it is. But it is this. I don't actually know the name of it, but it's in this like wonky pink bottle, and it's by Valentino. But it smells very sweet without being candy. And I wouldn't say it's very fruity either. It's just sweet. So if you've wanted like a sweet perfume, especially for like spring and summer, but you don't want to smell like cotton candy, this smells super good. It feels like mature, but still flirty and fun, you know? So I love that. A new like kind of eye glitter that I've been using a lot of is the Moon Dust by Urban Decay. The color is Cosmic. It's very, very, very light. I kind of just use a very light amount just with one swipe over my lids, and it just adds glitter. It's not here to add color, it's just to add glitter, but this stuff is really good, and I hear a lot of the other Moon Dust products are also very pretty. This is just the one that I bought, and I really love it. So there you go. For my birthday, my sister-in-law got me this very cool and decorative match display holder, and then you can strike the match on the back, but it's just super gorgeous, and I just have it out in our living room, and it's like really cool, and it makes me feel like an adult. It's by Scheme Match Cloche. I don't know if you can see that, but I think that's the brand. But anyway, that's super fun. And then the last thing I'll mention is also a gift for my birthday. One of my really, really sweet friends knows how much I love book lovers. And I specifically have really loved collecting things with sharks on them ever since falling in love with book lovers. So for my birthday, she got me this framed print of a shark. The frame is from Target, but I don't know where the print is from. And I just think it's so cute. It just sits in our kitchen. And it's just my little reminder to be a shark. Whether or not I'm actually a shark remains to be seen. But it's just very sweet, and I love it. So, oh my God, and speaking of, I'm using that cup today. My other friend for my birthday got me a Respect the Locals cup, but it's two sharks that make a heart. And it's super cute. So anyway, that's it, my friends. That's the video. That's the reading vlog. That's the reset. I'm going to go to work now and just get some shit done. So that's it. I hope you had fun in this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.